Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name's Tim Sheehan, editor of the Brewers Journal. I'm here today in Leith in Edinburgh, and I'm delighted to say we're at Moonwake. I'm joined by Sarah Sinclair, the head of events and marketing. How are you, Sarah?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, yeah.
We're here and the sun's shining.
We are indeed. It is beautifully chilly, sunny and crisp, which is incredible weather. I love it. So, Sarah, Moonwake has been on a fantastic journey the last couple of years. Going from strength to strength, beautiful brewery, beautiful taproom, fantastic team. Can you give us a little insight into how 2022 was for Moonwake? You know, lots of accolades, lots of awards, a real seminal year.
Thank you very much. It's been a lot of hard work, and we've been recognised with 3 newcomer awards last year. So we got the Beer 52 one, the Scottish Beer Awards one, and Brewery of the Year 2022 with Brewers Choice Awards as well. We were really proud to brew a Vienna lager with Vava, a Ukrainian brewery, and support that cause.
Yes.
And another collaboration we did was with Hopsteiner. It was our Solero. It was our best selling beer last year, specials wise, and we're hoping to have that back soon. But technically, we really pushed ourselves with our Weiss beer. And that won an award as well, so we're definitely going to brew that again. And we were happy to expand our tap room as well. We had the opportunity to do that and to have a private hire space now, and we've got an outdoor license, so we've expanded that way. So we're doing markets, and we've got food vendors coming. And I think also we've been really proud to grow our team to 9 people, 12 if you include dogs. And
as we always should include
exactly.
dogs. We should always include dogs.
Just not in the video.
no, fair enough. But people or furry friends is such an important part. You know, a team is integral, obviously, to any brewery. And I feel like Moonwake has really captured that sort of magic in a bottle, really, of just a fantastic team. You know, personality comes out in the branding, in the beers, and the events you do. I mean, it's something that hasn't happened by accident.
Yeah. I actually was the first employee of Moonwake. I made the leap up from London to Edinburgh.
Tell us a bit about your career.
In the start of 2021, it was a bit of a leap of faith. I interviewed them as much as they interviewed me, just trying to make sure their beer was going to be tasty, really.
Well, I think due diligence that term comes up a lot in business, but I think, I think that's the way, you know, you need to know it's as good a fit for you as you are good as a fit for Moonwake. Is there such a thing as a typical Moonwake fan, or do you attract people from across the sort of hospitality and beer drinking spectrum? Yeah,
I don't think you just get beer nerds. I think you get everybody, but I think I like the fact that we get a wide range of people of different ages and different backgrounds, and they all come to this tap room. I think they get drawn in by the bright colours and then stay for the beer and the experience, and that means a lot to us. I think they're all discerning, whether it's in the product or whether it's in being community-minded. Like Leith loves local. Yeah. And it comes through when you see people supporting local businesses in the community.
So Sarah, I mean, Moonwake have brewed and released close to 20 beers in these last couple of years. Beers of different styles, all really well received. I've loved everything I've tried. Obviously, recipe formulation and the style, the ABV and everything that comes with that is obviously a huge important part. But what I really get from looking at and appreciating Moonwake's branding is the sort of style and the other characteristics of the beer really play in quite strongly to the branding. Can you talk us through a little bit about how you approach new beer releases from the sort of marketing and branding perspective?
Yeah, so we do start with the style. It inspires everything. And because we've opened up in such a challenging time, we do also look at the sellability of those styles. I think sometimes our heart has led us. We might have to learn some lessons on that, or just improve.
I think it's only natural. You know, you want to brew the beers that you enjoy. and that you enjoy drinking, and you hope other people come along with that journey.
Yeah.
But obviously the commercial aspect is all important.
You've got to have both and find the right balance. Is definitely something we're striving to do this year. And we also tried each year to have like a beer that challenges us. Technically, at least one anyway.
I feel like
I'll let Vinny have one.
Okay, yeah, well, that's good of you. That's good of you. But yeah, I feel like the sort of beer portfolio that you've got at any one time there's something for everyone.
Yeah,
and
that's really what we
Great.
want. Yeah,
It's be it hot forward styles or the dark, or more bitter or hazy IPAs. There is something there. So I think it's 17 beers is a nice amount in these couple of years. It's not huge. It gives me the impression that everything is really, I suppose the term is considered.
Yeah.
From start to finish, nothing happens by accident.
Yeah, we do our values sort of drive us in our decision making, and I think that really helps when it comes to you can look back at those. They're written on a piece of paper, and it helps you sort of reminds you what our focus is, what we're trying to do, where we're trying to get to. And and then the fun bit is with each beer you get to do the colours and the designs, and each all the colours of the beers, there's blues for the lager because of water is such an important ingredient, and obviously we're by the shore as well, you gotta support that local resource.
Indeed.
And the pale is pink and purple for those mango and berries flavors you get. And the IPA is green and gold, those pine and the resin. And in the specials we get to. Sorry, I'm pointing to cans you can't see.
We'll let the viewers see that later. Beautiful branding, beautiful taps behind.
And the specials we get to put in patterns. For the Nelson Lager, you got the wavy lines of the shore. For the Weiss beer, you've got the wheat. And for the breakfast IPA, it's full of body because it's got lactose and oats, so it's got these rounded shapes weaving through the design.
But what I really appreciate is that you've got the core, you've got the sort of limited and specials, but in this market where shelf space is it's a competitive market, it's a crowded market, what you've done is you've let the consumer know that this is our beer. So if you've got them on side, and then they'll be like, oh, I recognise that. It might not be the style that they would planning to go for or would normally go for, but they recognise the Moonwake brand and what that stands for. So I think, again, that's not happened by accident, and that's, I think, a really sensible move.
That's what we really wanted to go for. We really wanted that pop on the shelf, and we've really succeeded there, I think. And it started just with a local graphic designer, his side hustle. Shout out to Greg Peary. And he started just with a logo for us, and then I've emailed him incessantly ever since. And even during lockdown where we were working from home, I was just doing sketches of how I'd like the cans to look, or how we'd like the information on the back of it, or anything like that, or how we wanted it to merch. And he just always comes through, and we get to do some really creative stuff. And it's really important to us to stand out, but also to make it clear and accessible for people to reach for as well.
Without a doubt. And when you've got that sort of telepathic link with the designer,
you're
onto something good there.
Yeah, so, it's so good.
You said about the beers as well, kind of almost promoting the brewery's values. It's what I've found from my brief time here, but also witnessing the sort of growth from afar, is that it's a very, Moonwake is an inclusive brewery. It's an inclusive environment in terms of, it doesn't matter what type of beer you like, come here, enjoy it. It's a space.
Disabled lift as well into the place. Yeah. So many tap rooms are not accessible
and the cost that comes
either.
with that, I'm sure, of course.
Oh, that was most of the budget for the tap room, hands down.
I can well imagine. So what are the other important values that you feel are sort of central to Moonwake?
We really want to support our team. One of our brewers that started, he'd worked in every job under the sun in hospitality and drinks that you can imagine, whether it was for whiskey brands or managing a restaurant that we actually sold beer to. And now he's a brewer here, and he's now been on that kit solo. and it's all trained up. And yeah, there are people from the taproom that want to do the same thing. There's people in the taproom that support us with our marketing content as well.
Sure.
And yeah, we really want to support people's creative drives, and that's really important to us.
Of course. It's obviously a challenging environment at the moment. You know, it's the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
We can't ignore it. It'd be remiss to do so. But I get the impression that you're collectively, excited about 2023. It's not, let's sit back, rest on our laurels and wait to see what happens. I mean, can you let us know about some of the exciting plans that Moonwake have in store?
We've got loads of collabs planned, which we can't wait to start revealing to everybody.
Look forward to hearing about them.
And we'll be at different festivals. We'll be at Manchester, London, and Bristol craft beer festivals this year. So England will see us. Yes. We will go south of the border.
The We Are Beer festivals.
The We Are Beer festivals.
Great festivals. Yeah, big fan.
We did them all last year. We're glad to be doing them all again. Even though they've scaled them down, it's still keep it simple, do it well. It's what we're all about.
I think that's a good attitude.
It's understandable.
For any walk of life. Yeah.
And we're looking to do some new styles that we haven't done before, and generally grow our business, but steadily keep our team supported, make ourselves a viable business as well. Keep paying everybody each month.
Course,
I feel like as a brewery in this day and age, if you can do that, it's good.
No.
I like it.
Yes, that is always a handy benefit.
I'm so excited to start getting those labels designed for those new collabs and things. It's going to be really fun.
It feels like it's been a kind of whirlwind, 3 years or so.
Yeah.
2-3 years for Moonwake. You must be collectively proud, you and the team about, the accolades you've achieved for, the business, the beers, the team you've created, and also this space for the community. It's a lot to be really rightfully proud and happy about.
Yeah, we're all really proud. I'm so proud of what I've done here, and I think our founders are proud of all of us, and every team member gets their credit, and I like to think that we all share when we've won those accolades, that everyone feels like they've had their little part in it. That feeling is really important to us. And we really want to ensure that everyone gets to enjoy that, and as well as all the fun stuff that happens here.
I think that's a real healthy attitude. It definitely is. And as you said, accolades always welcome. I imagine they weren't ever strived for, but that's just the best way to go. Just have it happen organically.
Yeah.
But it strikes me as you're not going to rest on your laurels this year. There's probably lots of exciting things for people to look forward to as well. Yeah.
And even though we might not be owners, we all feel a sense of ownership for what we do here, and you get to see a success as well. That's the benefit of it being small. We host events like the Six Nations and the markets and the food vendors. We get to see people enjoying our beer, and we get to see the success of those as well.
I'm jealous of people being able to come to a place like this as the weather warms up. What a part of the world to be able to go out for a beer and watch some sport. So, and then what would
we do have really effective heaters as well. There's a really big heater.
Everyone, it is freezing today, but that's because Sarah kindly turned off the heater for audio purposes only. So lots of exciting plans. I mean, what would a successful 2023 look like for you and for Moonwake?
I think, a really successful year would be growth, supported team, and generally feeling like we are more of a sort of viable, sustainable business. It's quite scary at the minute, and having some stability would be nice.
It's been tough. It's been tough, but I think it's people need to support great breweries like Moonwake. Fantastic beer made by fantastic people.
Thank you.
Long may it continue.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah.
Cheers.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm delighted to say we're joined by Vinny Rosario, head brewer and co-founder of Moonwake. Vinny, thanks for having us today.
Oh, thanks for coming. Always welcome.
I appreciate that. I appreciate. I can say that I've known you for pretty much as long as we've been doing the Brewers Journal, you've had a rich, varied career in brewing. I mean, to get to this point where I suppose you've always been striving for to open up your own brewery must be a real point of pride for you.
Oh, it's been an amazing journey, and Moonwake's always been a realization of a dream. So
it's
great.
To open up a brewery at any point is obviously not without its challenges and hurdles, but to have done that just when a pandemic was about to hit and all of the issues that can come with that. I mean, it must have been a real character building.
It's been a hell of a ride. We never planned to open a brewery at the start of a pandemic. That wasn't in our business plan. But no, we got this unit about a month before the first big lockdown hit. So I had a few issues and stuff. One of the benefits, it gave us a chance to paint this wall.
It's beautiful.
Which myself and business partner spent 3 months painting with very small paintbrushes. And if nothing else, it kept us sane during the pandemic.
People have benefited from your that exercise because it's a beautiful addition to a fantastic brewery. I mean, what lessons did you learn from being one of these pandemic baby breweries?
It gave us a lot of time to think. I know it's a cliche of saying during the pandemic, but it gave us time to plan, hire really good staff. So we didn't feel rushed into hiring process. So we've got a really good team that we built around us. Sarah, who you've just seen, was our first employee and has been an amazing addition to the team.
Yeah.
And has been with us pretty much since the start.
I think it's what I said to Sarah, is everything about Moonwake feels really considered. Nothing seems to have happened by accident. Everything is done with the right intent and with the right outcomes, I suppose.
No, 100%. I'm really glad you said that because that's how we feel we want to grow as a brewery. I mean, I've been brewing for about 10 years now, and I've been there for the Wild Wild West days in London, brewing and just hoping it works out. And those days were fun, and they were great. I don't want to do it again.
No. Well, you've got an engineer background, I understand.
I do. So I trained as a chemical engineer, specialised in the food and beverage scene. So
fantastic. So, one of the sort of, I believe, taglines, I always love seeing on your cans and marketing is, precision brewed in Leith.
Yes.
It strikes me as that is really, the beer's all done from start to finish with, the utmost quality and attention.
Oh, cheers, thank you very much. No, we do have that. Like I said, I have an engineering background. Brewing is one of the oldest industries in the world. We're not here to reinvent the wheel. Never have been. But we want to do the basics, but do them really, really well. And I think that's really important.
I think that comes across in the styles as well. The styles are, there's a lot of takes on classic styles. Slight variations on them as well, but you're giving people, especially visitors to the taproom, want a good lager. It's a great lager.
Cheers.
Hop forward beer, a beautiful dry hop stout we're having here. It seems to be like you're an advocate and fans of the classic side of brewing.
Definitely. I am probably more of a traditionalist when it comes to brewing. Never been a big fan of the hazy boys and loads of adjuncts and everything. Nothing against them, just not what I drink. And I'm really glad that you say that comes out in our beers. We want to make really simple beers, make them really well. We want beers that are easy to enjoy, but we also want beers that can engage with all consumers, not just your beer geeks, not just your tickers. We want the average person on the street to come in, enjoy Moonwake, and be part of the conversation.
But repeatability and drinkability they're often overlooked.
Oh, 100%. For me, the hardest styles to brew are like a classic IPA and a lager because there's nowhere to hide, and you've got to be able to create that beer every single time exactly the same. And we're very, very lucky to have some beers, permanent lines, and have some really big fans of our beer. That adds to the pressure of making sure it's exactly the same every single time because some of them know the beers better than I do because they drink it more often than I do. So
I imagine there's interesting conversations when it comes to formulating the ideas behind new beers. I imagine you've got, someone pushing one style, you pushing another, and who comes out on top?
It really depends on the beer. So, for 2 examples, we had the wheat beer, which was a classically brewed German style. We did a 3.5-hour mash in, and we wanted to do it real traditional. And so that was very much a brewery-led project where we wanted to test ourselves technically. And then we've got a beer like the XPA, which Sarah and Stuart from our marketing team were quite keen to us have a big, hazy, juicy beer in our core range, and it's not something I really brew, so when I came up with the original business plan, it wasn't in our core range. So we've gone for a hazy but low ABV beer that's sessionable.
Full of flavour.
Full of flavour. We wanted it to be juicy, we wanted it to be punchy, but we didn't want to have another 6% beer.
No.
And they chatted to us, they said what they wanted, East Coast style, juicy beer. Myself and Scoot, the brewer, went away, formulated a recipe, took us a couple of brews, we came up with that. So, the recipes and the beers come from both angles. Brewers want to be always challenging themselves, but sales and marketing need beers they can shout about and sell as well. Because at the end of the day, unfortunately, that is a very important part of brewing.
It is, yes, yeah. And people can't see at the moment out of shop, but we've got the beautiful Moonwake tap wall, but soon you're going to need just another tap room just to house the increasing number of awards you keep getting. I mean, is that must be pretty surreal for 2 years come June, for the amount of accolades you picked up for the sort of the business, but also for your creations as well on the brewing front.
It still feels weird that people give us money for beers we make. I don't think I'll ever get over that. But no, the beer awards have been really good for the team. It's a nice little reminder of what we do is what people appreciate and everything. So
you must be vindicated that, as we discussed, a lot of hard work, blood, sweat and tears, as cliche goes, especially during the pandemic, but to be in a position now, beautiful part of the world, taproom, stunning brewery, to say, hey, we did it.
Yeah, no, 100%. I love this location. I've always loved Leith. I can't think of many better places in the world to have this brewery at least. The local community have been amazing. They've really bought into our project and really supported us. And where it counts, drinking in the tap room and buying our beers. So that's been amazing.